Thank you so much, EA Game Changers, for providing early access to The Sims 4 Cottage Living so that I can make this build for you. Now, this is not the final version of the software, so anything can change between now and release. And today we are building a large family farmhouse. I'm so excited about this one. I've been building a lot of large houses lately on my streams, which by the way, I stream on Twitch every day, Monday through Friday, if you want to come hang out. But for YouTube, I've been trying to do more tiny houses and tiny builds so I can really concentrate on making like the landscaping and the outside of the house look nice, which is my favorite thing to do. But for this one, I wanted to give you guys a nice big house where your families can come and have lots of animals and have a nice big yard. And I really like the way that it came out. I played a bit with the roofing as well, and I know there's some people that do incredible roofs. I'm not one of them, but I think I'm pretty decent at it. Like, I definitely have a few little tricks up my sleeve, and so I'm really excited with how this one came out. And we do have stalls, or I guess the shed, where we can have a llama or a cow. We also have a chicken coop, and I also have like a little tree for the birdies and a bunny stump and a big plot of land to garden, and of course the beautiful pond which you just saw is something that I'm really proud of. I love the way that one came out, and I'm just really proud of this house, so I hope you guys like it. And so it has a really cool shape to it. I try to add a few extra places where we could have different shaped roofs and such, and right now I'm looking for some dormers to put up here because I always think it just brings out the detail, especially with a roof like this. It's way more, you know, there's not like a whole lot going on here, not a whole lot of detail. It's not super exciting, as I said earlier. I'm just trying to give like little bits and pieces to try to bring some intrigue to it, some visual interest. And of course, we're going to put a little foundation here so that we can have the house higher up off the ground, which I do like. Like, I like more ranch style houses as well, where it's sort of just like flat and there's no foundation. But I don't know why, with a cottage, it just feels like it makes perfect sense, especially when we add one of the foundations that has like the cobblestone. I don't know, I think it looks way more realistic. Not that I've seen many cottages in real life. In fact, I don't even know if I've ever seen a cottage in real life. I do have a building obsession for them though. As you scroll through my old videos, you will probably see that I've already built quite a few in the past. And of course, now this gives me such a good excuse to keep building them. I don't know if you could technically call it a cottage if this big though. Like, I don't know if cottage only applies to a small type of house, but I definitely, you know, I called it a farmhouse technically because of that fact, but it still has that vibe. Like, it still has the cottage living vibe, and I usually don't build with dark colors either, so this is a big kind of not huge, like not a huge diversion for what I normally do, but I definitely wanted to challenge myself a bit here and try to make it look more exciting and try to play with some new shapes and such. And I figured if we're doing that, we might as well go with a darker color theme as well, so I could really make it pop with all of the landscaping. And so normally my houses look like pink and blue and pastel or purple or whatever. Like, we really don't have a whole lot of pastel outdoor exterior items, but I do overuse the ones that we have, and I am trying to challenge myself to use a little bit more of a neutral color palette here and there, just because I don't know, I think it's fun to kind of branch outside of your normal box, I suppose, for lack of a better term. And I've also been challenging myself to do way more modern builds, but now that this pack is out, or coming out depending on when you're watching this, I think I'm definitely gonna have an excuse to build more like this. I just really like it. It's so homey and wholesome and very whimsical and magical as well. I mean, this definitely for me is a pack where I can definitely play with some more elf-like houses, fairy-like houses, pretend we have unicorns. I mean, we have llamas that you could dress like unicorns, so technically we have llama corns now. But it really brings out that fantasy and that whimsy for me, so I'm really excited. I don't even know if I could tell you how excited I am. I was really glad to hear that this pack was coming, and I had wild speculation. I mean, I held out hope for fairies all the way until the last minute when I realized we weren't getting fairies, but I hope one day we do, and I hope it's not too far from now, and I hope that they have a system similar to the vampires instead of just being like an add-on. I don't know if add-on's the right word, but they were just kind of like in island living. And I was trying to explain this to someone the other day who I don't know if they were like quite understanding what I was saying, but the vampires had their own pack. Like it was dedicated to vampires. It was the vampire pack. And so they got a bunch of stuff that mermaids didn't get. They got gravestones, they got baby cribs, they got a full-fledged like power system and more animations, it seemed. So when we got mermaids as part of Island Living, absolutely, I died. I mean, I love mermaids. If you guys are new here, I am a self-proclaimed mermaid. I love seahorses, unicorns, rainbows, kittens in the color pink. My channel mascot is a seahorse unicorn, so definitely my style. I was so excited for it, but like I said, they were lacking quite a few things. The animation turning into a mermaid wasn't anything super exciting. The mermaid powers weren't that intricate. Again, they didn't get any sort of crib or even their own dedicated gravestone, which even alien babies have their own crib and their own, I don't know if gravestone's the right word, urn, like their urn, they have their own urn. Spellcasters have a special urn and they have a baby crib and they have a much more advanced system, and mermaids were just kind of like there. So I'm a little bit salty. I'm a little salty mermaid, but I'm in that sense glad that fairies weren't put in here, even though I would have loved to have them. I do think that if we do get a dedicated pack to them, that they'll be way better. So I can just pray and hope for the future. And when they do, if they do come, I'll be building them houses like this. I'll be building tree houses. In fact, you guys want to see a tree house build? If you do, let me know in the comments, because I literally forgot, like until right now, that I one time made this really pretty fairy village, and there was a bunch of tree houses on the lot of varying sizes, and each one was kind of like its own mini house, but there was also dedicated ones. So like one was for a kitchen and one was for a bathroom, and it was so pretty. Oh my gosh, I made that so long ago that I don't even think we had any items like this that really would bring it to life and make it look more authentic, as if fairy houses exist. I do believe they do. So if you want to see that, let me know. We can make a cute little like fairy village or something. Or I know some people are really good at building houses that look like they're built into a hill or built into a mountain. I can try that. I don't have a lot of experience with, but the fairies, I'm confident I could do something cute. Also, if you hear that, I can't tell if it's storming or if a neighbor's car is just really loud. I've been having this weird thing happen where every time I've sat down to record in the past couple weeks, it started storming. I live in Florida. It's hurricane season. I totally understand that's gonna happen, but it's been so noticeable. You'll see a few of my videos where I literally sit down and I'm like, hi, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, thunder, rain, rain. Like the cast video is a good one if you want to go watch that and just be like, dang, you have really bad luck. So that kept happening to me, so I was putting off recording. So here I am now, finally doing voiceovers. I had the pack like a week and a half ago or a week ago. I don't even know, I'm bad at time. I don't have the pack anymore. They gave it to us to make some reviews with it, and then I might get, I will get early access again, I think the day before Cottage Living actually releases. So it releases on the 22nd. I think I'll have access on the 20th or the 21st or both. But as of right now, I don't have it and I miss it so much. Like I've already gotten so used to these beautiful items and looking back at these speed builds, and I mean just working on the pond right now, I'm so sad that I don't have it in my hands because I am in a building bug right now. I want to keep building. And I do have a separate tutorial on how to use the pond tool in case you're thinking I'm going too fast here. This is one of my favorite ponds that I built, but in terms of like pulling out the actual pieces and what they do and the different water types, definitely check out my pond tool tutorial. I will try to link it. If I forget, just let me know and I'll give you a link to it, but it should be with all of my other videos. It is, because I already put it out. And I did yesterday build another tiny cottage, and so even though it doesn't have Cottage Living, I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to put that out sometime this week. Excuse me. I don't know when, or maybe I'll wait till after the pack releases. So I hope it's not confusing that like some of my builds have Cottage Living and then some of them don't, but I just couldn't help myself. I wanted to make a whimsical cottage, and so I did. It's really pretty. It's got lots of pinks and purples and blues. You know what? I think that's a car. I don't think that's a storm. Gosh, that's loud. I'm sorry. Nothing I can do about neighbors. But now that the pond is done, I'm working on this beautiful yard. And like I said, I really put a lot of love into this. I wanted this to be the feature of the house. The pond was more just like and a little bit of decor at the front, but I feel like this is where the family is going to spend most of their time. This is where they're going to take care of their animals, and I put everything here. Again, we have a shed where you can either have a llama or a cow. We also have the coop where you can have chickens, hens, roosters, and little baby chicks. I put a picnic area so that we can have a nice meal with the family with our new picnic basket, which is so cute. And if you want to see exactly how that works, I have a video all about gameplay. And in that video, I go into depth into exactly how the canning and the picnics and the family cooking and everything goes together, or just works in general. I also added a tree stump here. The taller one is the one where you can invite birds to live, and the shorter one is for our bunnies, our little buns, which, oh my gosh, if I can remind myself in editing, I will put a picture of a bunny that I met this week. And if for some reason I forget, you can go to my Twitter at Simarchy and check it out. So like I said, I live stream every day, and I have this really cool service called Treat Stream. It's not sponsored, but it's like a third party where I can place food orders, and then my viewers can go and pay for it and pay for the tip and everything, pay for the delivery and get it delivered to my house. And then it's completely anonymous because the viewers' information goes to the Treat Stream and my information goes to Treat Stream, so we never get each other's information. Anyways, the reason I'm telling you that is because someone sent me food. One of my lovely viewers, shout out to Heather if you're watching, she sent me McDonald's, and I was so excited, and I got a phone call saying that, or I got a text message saying that they're on their way, and then I got a phone call, but the phone didn't ring. It went straight to voicemail, and when I listened to the voicemail, it was completely blank. So I tried calling back the phone number, and someone answered, and they were like, hello, and I was like, hello, and they go, hello, and I said hello, and they said goodbye, and then they hung up, and I thought it was a robot or a recording or something, and so I didn't think too much of it. But then the food never came, and I was like, oh man, was that the food? Anyways, I ended up going outside and just waiting and waiting. Long story short, the food didn't come. I ended up talking to the delivery driver. He said he dropped it off, but he didn't. I was outside waiting. Nothing came. So Treat Stream placed another order on my behalf, refunded my viewer, sent me more McDonald's, and it came the second time really quickly. But anyways, you didn't need to know all that. My point was, when I was outside waiting for the driver, I went and I stood like outside of the porch because my house is kind of hard to find sometimes, and our lawn is like really, really bad right now where we live. They're supposed to be taking care of it, but they just went through a property change, like a property owner change, and so I don't think they're gonna be covering our lawn care anymore. So oh my gosh, my lawn is wild. It is wild. I don't know if it's weeds or grass or a little bit of everything, but it's like super, super tall, okay? So I'm standing out there and I hear rustling in my grass. I'm like, what is that noise? Is it a snake? Like, is it a lizard? I mean, I'm in Florida. It could be a lizard. It could be anything. And then I see this like little bit of brown fur, and I was like, oh my gosh, is it a mouse? Because I know we have mice problems around here. And then so I get a better look, and guess what? I saw a little bushy tail, and it was a bunny. It was the cutest little baby bunny. I don't know if he was scared or if he was just hurrying around the yard for fun. Like, I don't know where the heck he came from. And so I tried to get a picture, and when I went closer to the grass, it got scared and it came up on my porch. And so I stood back, and I have this new phone that has like this crazy billion camera ultra zoom. So I was able to stand far enough away that I was able to zoom up and get a picture of the bunny. And just in case I forgot to put a photo in here, because I know how I am, maybe you can check it out in my camera. Look at that little baby. We made friends. And I took a picture and I showed it to the viewers on Twitch, and I put it on Twitter, and everyone was like, oh my god, it's the Sims 4 Cottage Living come to life. Someone even made a joke and they were like, wow, this pack is really realistic, isn't it? And the funny thing is, when I posted my, I have a TikTok as well. I posted a TikTok about the bunnies, and my friend Emily commented, and she was like, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be cool if like you were just out in the wild and you saw a wild bunny? And I said, yeah. I was like, you can see the bunnies and the foxes and the birds out in the wild in the game. And we were talking about how cool it would be if like we saw a wild bunny. And then literally one came to me in real life. So oh my god, I love it. I love it. He's so cute. He is so cute. I think my dad told me a while ago that we have a lot of rabbits live around here, so I don't know. I don't even know, like, what's the etiquette for a wild bunny? Part of me wanted to steal it, but you know, it's a wild animal. It probably would be really upset if you took it out of its natural habitat. But then again, like, is it safe for bunnies to be just running around outside like that? I have no idea. So obviously it was scared of me. I didn't get too close. I just got the picture. Plus I think my cat would freak out if I ever brought a bunny in here. Although I almost got one time. Like, I really wanted one for companionship when I used to have a store. But I talked to a friend of mine, Tanya, Miss Griffey, shout out to her if she's watching by any chance, because she has bunnies, and she was telling me how they're very hard to take care of, and they need a lot of room to run around. They can't be kept in a cage all day. They need affection, and they need, I believe, cool environment. So it has to be like, I don't know, below 80 degrees or something, below 70 degrees for them to be really happy. And I live in Florida, and it's super, super hot, and I keep my AC at around 78, 77, 78, which is, I know it's really warm, but I'm a freeze baby. I get cold all the time. So ultimately I decided it would not be fair to a bunny to have to live in these conditions, so I never ended up getting one. But I do think they're so cute, and I love them. So shout out to any bunny owners out there. Which, by the way, we cannot have pet bunnies. I know people have been asking. You technically can. You can befriend them in the wild in The Sims 4 Cottage Living, and then you can invite them to live in your house with that little tree stump that I showed you, but they stay outdoors. Now, I'm kicking myself in the butt for not testing this to see if we could literally keep it as a pet, like bring it inside, and I did not try. I'm not sure. I imagine since it's an object, you could just put it indoors, but I don't know if it'll let you. Like, I don't know if it'll be a restriction. Like, I doubt you can put the llamas and the cows indoors if you had a big house, but who knows? I really wished I tried. So when I get early access again, I will try, and I'll let you guys know when I find out, because I think it would be so cute if we could actually have the bunnies running around our house. Because if that's the case, we can maybe hide the tree stump or size it down or something, and then like build like a little bunny condo, like a bunny enclosure, and then also let the bunny free roam around the house. So man, I can't believe I didn't test that. I'm really kicking myself. It's okay. We'll figure it out. We still got plenty of time. There was so much stuff to do in this pack that there's no way I could have done it all. And by the way, we are working on the kitchen now, and the reason I wanted to do a big house like this was so that I could do a nice big kitchen and a formal dining room and everything. And so even though that just went by kind of quickly, hopefully you're paying attention. The kitchen stuff is incredible. The kitchen clutter is incredible. Besides the amazing animals and gameplay, I think a lot of resources went into that beautiful kitchen. I mean, there's 2 fridges and just lots of amazing details, and some of it's base game too. Like, obviously you're gonna have to use a bit of base game with this pack, and like here we got new tables, but they're the small round ones, so I had to use a base game table, but I was able to use the cottage living chairs and rug and wallpaper and such to bring it all together. But in terms of clutter, there isn't a lot. I've said this in probably every build video I've done, but just to give you a recap in case you missed it, we did not get a love seat. We did get a sofa and a side chair. We didn't get a new bookcase, I don't think. We did not get a shower or a toilet, but we did get a tub and a sink. We didn't get a coffee table. We didn't get a large dining table. And we did not, I mean, we got a couple little plants and a couple pieces of wall decor, but nothing compared to like cats and dogs, which is my favorite pack, by the way. So yeah, it was a bit lacking, but again, I think that's because they put so much resources into the kitchen and into the animals. Oh, and again, the landscaping, there's not a whole lot of landscaping. There was just like those 3 bushes. The rest is all, the ivy and the wisteria. The rest is all base game that I'm using here. And I did bring a little bit of the outdoors indoors because I had a lot of the ivy around the outside of the house, and it was poking through the windows because I did bay windows. So instead of trying to fix it, I just, covered it up with some potted plants. So that part was kind of weird, but I mean, I don't know. I hate when people have plants clipping into the walls, and now I've become one of those people where I'm just like, it's fine, it makes sense. So if that really bothers you, you might have to delete some of the ivy there. But yeah, I just put a planter box on the inside to counter it. And I am working on the hallway now. I did want to make sure that the hallway felt very welcoming. So we do have our new shoes. Actually, I did not use the new shoe glitter from Dream Decorator. I just remembered, this whole build was only base game and cottage living, so I had to use the base game shoes. But Dream Home Decorator did come with individual ones, which I have been using a lot in my regular builds. And now we're working on the living room. So again, there was like no new TV, no new coffee table, no love seat, but I made it work with what we had. The rug is super cute though. It's one of my favorites, and it matches the wallpaper in this room. And so I still think it looks really fun and cozy, although it's not, you know, I would have liked a few more items. I really, really would have. We even got a new curtain, but it's very, sorry to say, not my style, kind of ugly. And it only comes in a 2-tile size anyway, so I don't know. I really didn't use it. I don't think I used it very much. So I don't know. It's a great pack. Like, even this I wanted to use in here, and it doesn't really make sense because there's dishes in it, and the dining room is on the opposite side of the house, so it was a little bit of a stretch to make things work, but I made it work, I think. I don't know, you let me know. You're the judge. You're watching this. Did I make it work? I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to turn that into a mirror. I still like it. It's not my favorite living room I've ever done, but I did the best I could, and I did put the new fireplace, which is really pretty, and I finally got to use the stone tile underneath, which I kept saying I was going to do and didn't get a chance to. Upstairs we have another little hallway here and a bathroom. I think we have I ended up doing like 2 bathrooms and 3 bedrooms, and I kept them pretty similar. Again, we did get a new sink and a new clawfoot tub. Everything else you're going to see is base game. There wasn't even a mirror because the mirror is attached to the vanity, or it's not even a vanity, it's like a dresser with a mirror attached. So, you know, I did what I could with what I had, is my point. The resources were definitely not spent on things like that. Again, I understand though. I totally understand. That big, large frame art with my sim in it, in case you're wondering where that is, people ask me all the time. It was actually a free item I got a while back when I signed up for The Sims Mobile. They sent like an email, I believe, and you were able to claim the item that way, which I did something similar with Grimm's Ghoulish Guitar. I think we signed up for like a newsletter and we got that. And so that portrait piece, I don't think you could get anymore, but it does take the images of the Sims that live on the lot, and you could generate a few different poses and such, and you could lock it to the house so that it doesn't change. But yeah, that's where that came from. I think a custom content creator remade it. I have no idea who or where or how to find it, but if you Google it, maybe you can find, if you type like Sims 4 family photo frame, I don't know what it's technically called, but I put that in this build again, just because like lack of things that kind of matched. And now we're not matched, but you know what I mean, like lack of brand new things in the pack. And so I'm working on a kid's room here, and I try to keep the bedrooms kind of simple. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I was kind of talking about this earlier, how I really spend a lot of time on the outside of the house and the shape of the house and the floor plan and the landscaping, that by the time I get to the bedrooms, I'm usually just kind of like, all right, let's throw some stuff down and make it work. But I did pay extra special attention to the kids' rooms because I did want those to be really fun and bright and colorful. But when it came to the rest of the bedrooms, I think it was just like a table and a dresser. I mean, a bed and a dresser. Which, by the way, that new bed is so dang cute, but there's no single bed, there's no toddler bed, there's no new bunk beds. It's just that one bed. It's a pretty bed, but it's just one. Ugh, that's okay. So here we are into the screenshots. I think it came out so cute. Again, I really love the pond and the yard. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please let me know if you do. You guys can do me a huge favor, actually a couple favors if you don't mind. First of all, like this video, because not only will it recommend more of my videos to you in the future, but it will start recommending it to other people that YouTube thinks might like it as well. We need that engagement. Also, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know if you think I did a good job, if you would have your Sims live here. Which, by the way, I'll try to get on the gallery, hashtag Simarchy or user ID Simarchy123. I should be able to get those files for you. And also, if you can do me another big favor, subscribe, because again, I have a ton of videos I already put out and I have a ton more coming. I should be starting a Let's Play soon. I was trying to decide if I was going to put it on YouTube or Twitch. And I think I got kind of comments wanting both. So maybe I'll do 2 Let's Plays, one that we do on Twitch and one that's a YouTube exclusive. But either way, you can come hang out with me at twitch.tv/Simarchy any day of the week, Monday through Friday, where we mostly play Sims, and we also do a bit of crafting, and we also play games like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley and everything, like, you know, within this genre, this life simulation type genre. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this house. Here's some more shots of the bedrooms. I think it's really, really pretty. And then there's the kids' room. This one's my favorite. I had to make sure to put lots of fun wall decor to make it look really cute and colorful and make it come to life. And here's a shot of the floor plan so you can get a better idea of how the house is shaped. And once again, the beautiful pond that I'm so proud of. All right, so I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!